Hey kids, welcome to another exciting episode of the Tip Irishman. We have our friend here, Mr. Nixon. The good one.
Oh shit!
No, he doesn't have a library named after him, but he's still pretty cool. Just a quick promo thing. I don't know if you can see it because I'm way over here today. We got a new setup here. Get grinds. If you're trying to quit smoking, quit dipping, quit everything. I don't use it for that anymore. I use it just because I like it, and it's got this one's 50%, 2 times the caffeine, 50 milligrams.
I feel like you've been on those for a while, like even before Zins and all that stuff.
Oh, it was before they existed.
Yeah,
it was just this one, and I think it's
but that's coffee based,
right? Buffalo Rifle. I think was the other.
They're coffee based, right?
They're coffee, yeah. They're coffee based. It was made by a guy to get off of, and he wants to make it as natural as possible. Doesn't mean it all 100% is. Just saying. Someone quote me on that. But if you want it, go to getgrinds.com. They have a million flavors. You sign up. There's always a deal. Every single week there's some kind of deal. Free stuff, free merch, free cans. It's great. New flavors come out. They'll give you a free can with your order of the old cans. But getgrinds.com. Tell them we sent you. And hopefully that'll help you. And it'll help me, I hope.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Dude, somebody was slinging around 6 mil Zins at the party we were at the other night and giving them to people for the first time.
That's still tobacco though, or not
nicotine.
Tobacco. Nicotine.
Yeah, nicotine. It will buzz you out, especially if you're at a bottle. We were at a bottle share, so somebody busted out Zins, and like 3 different people. Oh, I've never had one.
Why am I getting a head rush?
Yeah, right. Dude, I'll peel it out.
Grinds and a large coffee. Get ready in the morning.
Yeah, right. I'm so addicted to caffeine. I'll get the shakes. Anyway, all right.
Gotta have coffee, man.
Before we jump into the super cool special bottle that's only here because Josh is here, which is fantastic. I cannot reiterate enough for you to get involved in your local whiskey scene. This is how this happens. I met Josh through the local scene. I would not have met him otherwise. We met at a couple of acquaintances get-togethers. Ended up clicking, great personalities. Turns out he lives right down the road from me, which is awesome. But you're not going to just find these people that work or at your gym or going to the grocery store. Get involved in your local whiskey clubs.
Unless you have my job.
Well, yeah, unless you work at a liquor store. A little different. But get involved in your local clubs. Find some like-minded people and share some pours. When you run into people, and Ed will tell you, and he's told you a bunch on this show, one of my favorite things to do is share cool whiskey with people that appreciate it. Right, so when Josh comes to my house,
and those people are cool,
right? And Ed, we have the house, the whole bar is open. Whatever you want, come and grab it. He's got the same mindset, which is why we're sitting here today. So
those are dangerous friends too, but we love them.
Yeah, Saturday afternoon, 3:00
can be. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get a phone call and your wife's like, "Where you going?"
I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. Stand by for the Uber.
Back for dinner.
Right.
Maybe tomorrow.
So whether this is Heaven Hill Heritage Collection, this is Heaven Hill 19. We have done some Heaven Hill products on the show, but not a ton, and definitely nothing up into the caliber of this bottle. So some of the Heaven Hill stuff we've done.
Damn, it's not even open. Thanks, bro.
Yeah, it's
fresh
pop.
Gotta get that pop on.
I think we talk a lot about the 7-year bottled in bond. Which just is a great pour, a solid pour. You can get them from Sam's down here for like $40.
Yeah, it's $40 out the door, all day, every day.
Fantastic pour. Elijah Craig barrel proof. So we did a barrel proof store pick with Happy Juice that we ended up liking a lot.
If I have to do Elijah Craig, I like the barrel proof.
Right. What we haven't done on the show, we do have a Parker's Heritage in the rotation. We haven't really we didn't do it on the show.
We did one Parker.
The double barrel. We did the double barrel on the show.
I can't remember. We did one somewhere.
And I've been introduced into other Parker's Heritage. I think actually you brought the 10-year. Did you bring the 10-year to something? Somebody brought a 10-year.
No, that wasn't. Yeah, I think it was Kurt.
Yeah.
So the 10-year heavy char.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was Kurt.
Yeah, we were at a bottle share and somebody broke out the 10-year rye from Parker's. So Parker's Heritage is Heaven Hill's response to the BTAC. It's what it's meant to be, right? It's crazy high end. It's their ultra premium offerings. This bottle, though, and I didn't realize this until I started looking at it today. MSRP on this was.
I got at the distillery. It was $329.
Yeah. SRP on these is $300.
First one to buy it. It was the first drop. I was first in line
already. I'm already.
Yeah, you've been sitting on this for a while.
Yeah, waiting for this occasion.
Waiting for the opportunity.
I bug them every week. I was like, this is just calling.
You went to the distillery. You waited in line. Mm-hmm. This is something that you got. They're in Bardstown, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So people that get to Kentucky a bunch. Garzone's actually just not coming back. We got a bunch of buddies that make it up to Kentucky routinely. They know the drops. They know the schedule. If you're going to make a trip to Kentucky, make sure you do a little research and plan accordingly to where you want to be. on what days. This was Thursday? Tuesday?
It was like a Tuesday drop. Yeah, it was early in the morning. And because Heaven Hill only does drops on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays now. So if you ever go, make sure, and you want some of the special bottle, show up early on those
Go on
days.
that weekday.
But I mean, these are
Like a
things you
weekday
got to
trip
know
over the weekend.
before you show up, and you're planning. You know, we're all planning a trip here in October. We're going to go up for a UCF football game. We're going up a few days early and try to hit a couple of stores. I've never been to the trail. I'm relying on dudes like Nixon and my buddy Chris Maitland to kind of explain to me where we go, when, why, what the drops are like.
Maitland's got it handled.
Maitland's got it. He's up there all the time.
I'll tell you, he's got it.
Buddy lives up there. So anyway. This is a fresh pop. I'll let you do the honors. Fresh crack on his brand new bottle.
Came out of your wallet. You
Crazy.
get to crack it, bro.
The MSRP. I mean, when you're talking about this is a 19-year weeded bourbon coming in and
No, it's not a bourbon. It's a whiskey.
Oh, it is.
It's a weeded whiskey. Yeah, the
Oh,
oldest
get
age
excited.
statement.
Keep talking. I'm super excited.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're looking more of that Birmingham like.
Doesn't that
profile.
pop? Doesn't that pop?
Here we go.
So satisfying.
That was deep.
Nice. Yeah.
So
That was deep.
coming in right at 100
Wasn't
proof.
loose.
19 years. I don't think I've ever had anything weeded aged that long. This is all I need.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Crazy age statement. Right, 19 years is obviously means that's the minimum because this is not a single barrel. Right, this doesn't say single barrel. It is small batch.
it's yours. I'll let
So
you do
it's
it.
batched. So there could be other. There could be
It's a lot
slightly.
of cash, bro. I'll let you decide.
Yeah, right. There could be slightly older whiskey in there than 19, but 19 is the minimum. Right. Watch the table.
Yeah.
So the difference then between because this is not
amazing, dude.
this is not bourbon
It's not bourbon. Yeah, it's
because of the
weeded
barrel
whiskey.
they aged it in, or because it's not 51%.
They say it's not 51% corn.
That's why. Got it. So what is? Did they give you the mash bill? They do. That's why it's 57% wheat. Woo! That's high wheat content.
No, sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're blocking them. So mash bill on this. Mash bill coming in 57% wheat, 37% corn, 12% malted barley.
Even out the color's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just.
So yeah, they give you the rick house that it aged in. They give you the floors that it was aged in. The color's outrageous. I mean, 19 years is a really long time to age anything.
Get some caramel.
Yeah.
Caramel, definitely.
I get a little like that musty oak, for the aging.
You get that old football or old baseball glove tobacco
yeah.
leather. Like you can smell that instantly, but it's got a little nutty to it.
Yep.
Kind of indicative of that Heaven Hill profile. Not a
I
ton, but a little.
I haven't had a terrible Heaven Hill ever.
See, some of the Elijah Craig barrel proofs just don't float my boat. Some are great.
That's true,
Some-
that's true.
Yeah, they've kind of. I mean, I love Heaven Hill, but they've kind of over the recent years kind of fallen off on the barrel proof. Like they're hit and miss. You have really good ones, and then you have some that are just like mediocre for $90.
I got toasted in barrel. I can't sell.
Was it the C923? Was that the one everyone was freaking out about?
Yeah, that was a phenomenal bottle. That was a 13+ year bottle. Like the age statement on it.
I have 3 barrel proofs. I can't get rid of.
You can smell the age. I mean, there's no doubt you can smell the age. Sweet, caramely. I mean, as a weeder, it's going to be sweet. I mean, that you've got to know going in that this is not going to be
Some fruit on there, like some dark fruit,
Almost a little hit of marshmallow. Just a. I mean,
like a creamy, like
Yeah.
like
it's not.
I need to get this in my mouth.
Yeah.
Cheers. It smells fantastic. If it tastes half as
Thank
good as
you,
it
brother.
smells, it's going to be great.
Mother of God, that is good. Sweet fancy Moses. That's good.
Man, for 100 proof, it's got a great finish.
Oh, you got it. I get white pepper.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
nice. Kind of like that black dirt shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we also got that out of the Russell's, the single rick. Has that white pepper
I mean,
flavor
you
to
get
it. But I don't get a lot of the fruit. There's a lot of fruit on the nose.
Yeah,
but
not
there's
on the palate.
the palate's very creamy, sweet, caramely. It's a weeder. Like it's sweet.
Nice dry. Dried me out pretty fast.
Yeah.
Sweet
It's got a
oak.
good
No, go back
mouthfeel.
and smell it now. It smells totally different. Crazy, huh? That's so
Yeah.
weird, right?
Super sweet oak. Very oaky. Very drying. It's 19 years old. It's gonna be.
But it's not over oaked.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Not by a long shot. We've had some stuff. I think I said I forget what the bottle was. I said it's like drinking a dining room table. Like,
I remember.
straight wood. It was horrendous. I forget what it was.
Texas.
It might have been. It actually might have been one of the new makers releases or something. It was super, super woody.
I had a guy come in the other day. I just turned 21 today. He bought that Goodnight crap from Texas. I was like, bro, listen. I gave him a bunch of really good choices, like where he wants to be, and he
He liked the Longhorn on the bottle.
He totally went left on me. I'm like, okay, if you don't like that, come back. I'll get you something better because that's terrible, dude.
I tasted that at a Publix one time, and I said, like, I gagged.
Oh, I had a puncher's chance one time at a Publix. That was the same. It was like,
yeah.
I think, and this is just me speaking for the general public that I don't know. I think at $300 that there's going to be a good amount of people that are disappointed at the 100 proof point, and that it is super sweet wheat.
How'd they get it at 19 years and only 100 though?
They have. I mean, if you barreled it straight, then it would be almost undrinkable.
Right.
Something aged 19 years, like they gotta water it down, or it is going to be liquid oak. Wow. I think it's exceptional. I think
it's worth the money.
I think so. I think it's layered and unique.
So I'm used to Heaven Hill prices. So yeah, no, I like it. I do like it a lot.
Would you buy it again for the same price?
I would.
Yeah.
Right.
This is definitely something I would buy to have sitting around because I don't have
MSRP.
The comparison. Yes. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
MSRP. Yes.
But as we're all sitting here drinking it, none of us said, "You know what? This almost tastes like blah."
No, it's its own entity.
It doesn't taste like anything I
know. No, because you don't get too many that are just straight wheated whiskeys, right?
Right.
It's always high wheat bourbons, or it's always that corn forward. So there's not a whole lot of.
But the age is phenomenal.
High age like wheated whiskeys out there.
That's good.
Yeah, I like the age on it. I like that little bit of a funk. I like that little leathery tobacco oaky flavor you get out of old whiskey. But then on the back end, it's just that sweet creme brulee caramely wheat profile.
like a nice tush. I like when I see a color like that. I just go, God damn!
Oh yeah,
that's gotta be banging. Especially when it still looks good in the glass.
But it's got
that's a great color still.
It's got a good amount of spice on it too. Not like like high rye spice, but it's just like a little peppery.
Yeah, it's definitely got some pepper. That's got to be just the influence of the
almost like it.
That's barrel
like
influence.
It thought about being a rye and then backed off.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, let's not.
That's barrel influence to me. I think at 19 years, you're going to get those sugars start breaking down. It's going to get a little spicy.
That was.
This is one of the few we've had recently that I said in that price range I would be a buyer. There's not a lot of things I'm dropping $300 on. I think I would spend the money on this one. I think that's really good.
We've come way down on what we spend it.
Yeah. There's just so many good offerings in that $70 to $140 range.
Lately, yeah, it's been
nice.
You're
talking about doubling it. You're like, I don't know. That's a phenomenal pour. Very, very unique. Never had anything like that. And it adds complexity to a product line offering. You know what I mean? Because they've done, a 17?
18, 20, and then 27.
The 20 was corn, though, right? Wasn't that straight corn whiskey?
I believe, yeah.
Yeah, that was like mellow. It was a 20-year-old mellow corn. I had that at Johnny's. I remember having that at Johnny's.
I did too.
Yeah. That's a phenomenal bottle.
But they couldn't move it at Johnny's. No, dude, remember, we got it in the garage sale. That bottle was in the garage sale.
You know how much that goes for on secondary?
I know, and Johnny's couldn't sell it.
What does this go for secondary?
I think this one on secondary is not too bad. I mean, you can get around the $450 range. So
that leveled out. That leveled out
when it first came out. Like the first week, there was like $900 offers and different things. You're like,
it's the same thing with the Jack 14.
Yeah,
they were selling for $650 that first week, and now the bottom's falling out.
It ain't worth $100. It ain't worth $100.
Everyone tasted it, and they're like,
well, not only did everyone taste it, we had a vault invite here. So our ABC stores here in Orlando, it's buy your way in. Essentially, you spend enough money in the store, you get random invites to what they call the vault to get to the allocated whiskey.
I like the desert in quotes. The vault.
Yeah, the vault. Well, because they put weird stuff. They had Heaven Hill grain to glass.
Grain to glass, you can get everywhere.
Or they'll send. I won one of the last.
But anyway,
gone.
There must have been 400 Jack 14s in the last one because everybody got one.
That's great.
Like literally, 3 or 4 of our buddies ended up scoring it. Didn't you get one? And then you won one in a duck race that night or the next day or something.
Yeah.
I wonder if your opinion would change if the 12 didn't exist.
That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying?
I do think the 14 is better than the 10.
Yeah.
The 12 is better.
12 is the batch 3.
12, yeah, all of them.
I smack you for a 12.
Yeah, 12s are great. Anyway, this was initially released at the distillery only. Right, when it first came out, the first week was distillery only. Now
distillery
it's
only, and then they started. Yeah, now it's nationwide. So I know. Here in Florida, they just started dropping the last few weeks. I believe.
Maybe.
We'll
mean,
see.
I've never seen one in the wild.
They're supposed to be coming.
I got a bunch of stuff supposed to be coming, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so they
I
keep
keep
saying.
getting this. I keep getting the tags, bro. I got some 2 Penelope's that never showed up.
So keep your eye out for it. If it's something that's in your price range, you probably already know it exists. If you're into buying ultra premium whiskey, this should be something that's already on your radar. If it's not, there is a website. God, what's the name of the website? The calendar release by month, where it's like what the new releases are coming out of Kentucky.
The bourbon.
It's something calendar. Anyway, Google it. You can do bourbon release calendar or bourbon release schedule, and you will know months ahead of time what's coming in the following months. Things to keep your eye out for. This should already have been on your radar if it's something that you're going to spend the money on. If not, if you eat at a bar, this is a good topic. Bar pour. What are you paying for this at a bar? I think I'm a buyer. Let's 1.5 ounce. So we'll cut it down the middle. I think for $40, I'm buying this in a bar.
Yeah, they're probably getting it cheaper than $300 though. They're getting it at a bar.
Maybe, but still
Not much, but probably $100 cheaper.
But it's significantly
Give or take.
more rare in a bar than it would be in somebody's house.
Unless you're at Johnny's, then they have everything.
Yeah, Johnny's does have everything.
It's amazing that list sometimes.
I'm a buyer. I think at $40 for 1.5 ounces. This is something I would pay for to drink.
Yeah, especially if you've never even had it or seen it. Yeah, it's always good to
give it a swing before you drop the coin.
Exactly. Yeah.
You don't want to get burned. That's the other really.
I've done that with a lot of stuff at Johnny's. Like, I don't want to buy that. Like, I have it. I'll save it, and I'll go to Johnny's. We have a meetup. I'll go to Johnny's. No, I'm good. I'll sell it. I'll call Tim right away. Go ahead and sell that.
We're pretty fortunate. One of the groups that Josh and I are in, it's a pre-vetted group. So the people that are in it have to go through a vetting process where they're even allowed in. But we can sell opens, which is great. I buy opens in that group all the time. I sell opens in that group all the time. So if you open a $300 bottle and you don't end up liking it, you could probably turn around and sell it in a group like that just to either recoup, $250 of your investment. So just make the effort in your area. All of ours are Facebook based. Every one of the groups that we're in is Facebook based until you kind of make the connections, and then we all just
or you mess up and get kicked out.
Yeah, I got kicked out of freaking Orlando, whatever. Clowns. Don't even start.
Said the wrong word. Out.
Yeah, don't even start about that. So anyway, super, super cool bottle. Super pumped that we're able to try it. Thank you so much for bringing it by.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
That is not something that ever would have been anywhere near, my ability to try outside of a bar, and I think it's great. I think that's a really, really good pour. Now it's something I'm going to have to go and now it's something I have to go hunt, man.
Right?
Like, it's something I'm going to have to go and figure out if I can snag one, because I like that. But so
I might actually look and see if that's in the system. It's in the system.
I believe you're supposed to be getting it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Publix is supposed to be getting a lot of that.
Yeah. I have 72 tags that I haven't seen yet.
Anyway, if you see it out in the wild and it's in your price range, this is a buy.
Shoot it.
Yep. Go for it. This is a really, really cool pour. Delicious.
That being said, thanks again to Josh for coming down and bringing some loveliness.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
If you enjoyed this or anything that we do, if it slightly amuses you, if you hate all of it, we don't care. It's fine. Just hit that like button, please. We need all the love we get. And subscribe, because then you get to see this stuff, whether you love it or hate it. It wins both ways for you. So hit those buttons for us. We really need the love. And we will see you guys on the next one.
Drink one for us.
Go ahead.
We're going to drink one for you. Because we're going to drink one for you.